Hey everyone, Mr. Clutch here, and this will be the most depressing video I hopefully ever make. As you know, we are doing the small account challenge. Things were going well the first 2 days. You probably saw from the title of this video and my post that today did not go well, and that sucks. But we will learn from this. Hopefully, you will be able to learn from this, and not make the mistakes that I made today. And so let me dive in and start talking about what happened. And first of all, the thing about a small account challenge, and I meant to say it on the first videos of this series, is it's not always a responsible way to play, and you don't want to. You can do a small account challenge with money you are fine blowing or losing, right? So I was able to leave $1,100 in my account and start this, small account challenge and have some fun with it with money that I would be fine losing. Now, I didn't plan on losing so much in one day, but if you really have a small account and that's all the money you have to trade with, I would not encourage you to do what I'm doing on this challenge. So just keep that in mind, and please, trade responsibly. And I think there's a way to do it like I'm doing responsibly. Today was not that, and it was actually just mistakes I made. It wasn't necessarily me not sticking to my strategies. It was just something happened, and it was a mistake that I'll learn from. And so let me get in and talk about it. So what happened today? We came out of open. I was watching different tickers. I was watching Tesla. We kind of pushed through a level I had marked here. We flagged back and took off to a high, and then I'm watching here as we flag back to our level and the EMAs. I've got some EMAs on there that I wouldn't normally have. Let me just take them off real quick to keep it clean. And so I had this trend line, and I was watching this right here. And so this came through here, and it started pushing up through the 13 based on top of our zone. So I really like that. Pushed up through the 13, broke the trend line, A plus setup. It doesn't get better than that for me. And so I confidently entered here. Now these two candles were kind of chopping back and forth. It was doing the same thing it did yesterday to me. And so I was watching it, I was looking for a close below the 13, or maybe even down here back in the trend line because it was so tight. But one thing, I guess let me state the first mistake. On this small account challenge where I'm entering a full portfolio, I really can't do 0 day to entry. And Tesla was either now or next Friday. So I thought, let's roll with it. We've been doing good. And that was my first mistake. So mistake one was ignoring the rules I've set of doing, 1 to 3 day contracts. And so I should have erred on the side of caution and done a week out next Friday instead of today, because I noticed on these, they were fluctuating so much with the smallest movements. And so here we are at 9:40. I get a phone call, and that I was expecting, but it was important. And so at this point, I thought, look, I'm close. I think I was down like 8 or 10% here already, like somewhere in here. And so I just said, okay, I'm going to set a 15% stop, so that should stop me out if we break kind of like where this was basing above the zone. And then I set like a 30% take profit because I thought, look, if this thing breaks back up and gets up in here, that's going to be 30% the way these are moving, and I would be fine. So it's like a 2 to 1 with really at that point, because I was already down, say 8 to 10%. It's more like a 4 to 1 or more. I guess really I only had 5% downside to 40% upside. So that's like an 8 to 1 at that point. So I thought I was fine with that, whatever. I'll lose a little more if this drops down. Set the stop, set the take profit. It was a long call. I come back, and here's where price was. Oh, I lost the trade, right? The stop loss did not set. I didn't confirm the stop loss when I entered the order. And so it still had the little screen like, are you sure you want to place this, whatever it is, order. And I was down substantially. So it's devastating. It sucks. It is what it is. Again, it's money I would be fine losing, but I wasn't necessarily wanting to lose it this way. So what I just full degened at that point too. I did, I was so mad in that moment that that's what happened. that I went ahead and, as we hit the 200 here and kind of based, I jumped into. I didn't even care. I used buying power that I didn't have on Weeble and and came down here and wicked under and got stopped out quick because I kept it pretty tight, hoping the 200 would hold. So I lost more money there, but the rest of the balance that was there, I had full ported, and who knows? I may not even be able to trade next week because of Weeble and good faith violations, and I think I'd had a couple back when I was a full degen. So maybe I've got enough now that they'll just kick me out. But so anyway, and then of course, with look, I could have held and I would have went back to where I was at. I would have still been down quite a bit because they were. I don't remember what contract it was, but it was higher than 263. So, anyways, so what did I learn? The first thing I learned is if I have anything that I'm going to have any outside noise, I don't need to be in entering a trade. I knew that I was going to have an important call coming in. I should not have been willing to enter this trade here. I should have just waited, walked away, shut the computer, came back whenever I was free and knew I would have the time to manage the trade. So terrible decision there. Terrible decision down here to full port buying power I don't have and try again and get stopped out here. So now we start with the balance we have. I'm going to probably be risky with it, so I'll outline that as I go just to try to get that back up and take a chance again. Money I was willing to lose, so let's try to play with it now, right? So I'll advise you not to follow exactly what I'm doing in these plays, but I'm still going to try to find good plays, A+ setups, things like that. So I'm not going to just randomly close my eyes and click an SPX call or put. So we'll still look for the right setups and hopefully grind this back up. So now it's a true small account challenge with only a few $100 in there. So with that said, that'll close the week out on a positive note. I was able to get I've been working on some funding account valuations, so this loss here was just a minor setback, and the positive I had there, I was able to get I think 50,000 funded accounts across the finish line for the valuation today. So that's really what my focus is, and that's kind of why I wanted to pull money out on options and just play this one play a day challenge thing, because I could take my eye off options and focus on futures. So we'll keep doing this and looking for the right play, and then I'll be, like I said, working with the futures accounts and taking that over the next couple of weeks. I'll start getting into that more. So anyways, again, have a good weekend. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already, at Mr. Clutch Trades, and we'll be back at it next week.